Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the third match of the day with me and Level. This time we're doing C-XF versus CSPS, a Div B C crossover.
Oh yeah, this is going to be good. Both are actually fairly strong teams. CSPS has the advantage for being a div higher, a bit more skill, but if CXF could pull this off, it'll definitely be an upset in Div B.
It is a possibility. I think Fun Crossfire is kind of in the wrong place on this one, but that's just the way you get put, so. Just trying to see if this damn thing goes live or not. Huzzah, it's live. Today's a 4. Bastards. And they said they're both ready to go?
Uh, Doomguard said he's back. Dio said got it. They've both readied up, just waiting for them to type in locked. And then we can definitely launch this.
Roger that. Both teams been around for a while, so this should be a good one. I like seeing the 1v1 start this out. I'm really actually loving the hell out of this season so far, so.
Also am I. The way this was designed has been super interesting, and if you're one of the people playing in it, you gotta admit it's been super fun. Both teams are locked. We ready to get the champion showdown underway?
We are good. Yep.
This 1v1 is brought to you by Jay-Z and his Stalker special. It is 2 MRM40s, 3 SRM6s, and all the small lasers. Super hot build. Today, at least, we have been watching people going hard legs because the legs on the Stalker apparently are a lot squishier than people realize. It'd be curious to see if one of these guys go to the giggity school of legging and pull this off. Like we've always seen, the guy, whoever gets the first shots off, is usually the one that's been winning.
Yeah, key is getting the first shots off, being good, having good focus fire. Usually wins you these ones. Especially with it being such a slow mech. There's, it's not like you can kite or zigzag out of positions and stuff. It's a bit.
Yeah, it's definitely a waddling Zeppelin. Oh, both went straight for the center. They didn't go on the outside.
Oh, Nikaro giving away his position with the UAV. Although I Don's I had to have seen it. I say that because I can see it, though. I'm floating above him.
Dio taking the underground under the giant pillar until he can get a sight on the enemy. Now Doomguard's doing the same. Is this a reverse NASCAR? I think this is a reverse NASCAR. Oh no, Dio turned around. He didn't see anything going that one way. Now. Oh, Dio's taking the crystal cave perch to get an overview over the whole center.
Which means they're still not going to see each other.
Oh, right. The pillar is barely blocking Dio from knowing where Doomguard is. Doomguard is, well, he was heading towards Dio's position, but he stopped. Is he still going to go forward?
This would be the worst one to fight on as a slow stalker. It's like, hey, where is he? I don't know.
Exactly. Nikro now moving back and forward. He must know that the Dio is on the other side of the map, but he's still not sure where.
He's assuming both are playing super NASCAR as well, yeah.
Dio, he is not moving an inch. He is staring straight ahead, just waiting for Doomguard to get in his line of sight. Doomguard playing it cautious, staying to the outside-most wall of the map.
Oh, I think they've seen each other finally. Maybe?
I think Dio might have got spotted him, but I don't think Doomguard spotted Dio. Yeah, Doomguard's staring towards the center, not towards where Dio is. But Dio seems to know exactly, roughly where he's at.
It's Dio. Damn it, Corona, you getting stuck.
This is going to be interesting. Can Necro sneak up on Dio's back?
Can you sneak up on people in a frickin' Stalker 5M?
You can
Guess we're
if
gonna
he
find
doesn't.
out.
If he assumes Dio's up there, and if Dio doesn't have a seismic sensor, Doomguard might be able to kill Dio in one shot in the butt.
Back shot. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is.
Oh, is he going up? Is he go? No, he's going right by it. There's only one place he hasn't checked on the map.
No, he's going.
Oh. Oh. Dio is about to eat all the missiles in the butt.
Oh, he should have got closer. He had all this.
Definitely
space.
should have got closer. Could have ended this match in one shot. Dio turning around.
I'm dropping a strike that's basically gonna do nothing.
None. Yeah, being in a cave with the roof, none of the strikes will land. Dio dropping on Doomguard. They are now trading punches. Dio is still worse for wear, and he's been halved. And there he goes. Wow, that was really fast. GG's.
Interesting match, that's for sure. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I don't have seismic.
I guess he does it. That was actually pretty well done. Well done, Necro. When you check everywhere on the map except for one, might as well go check that one spot.
So Clan Crossfire getting the start. Pick sides. Hopefully they let us know soon.
We'll find out. I'll just ask. Most teams have been choosing Team 1 to get the better spawn in mining. Let's see what they do. He just pulled someone in. Is that his way of saying he wants Team 1?
Bringing the captain in so he can tell you which side. Not helping us at all.
The only answer we've gotten is Captain has the answer. I think this is the longest any team has taken to decide what side they want. Is there a default if they can't choose?
Oh, frick, I don't know. I'd give him 5 minutes from now then.
Finally answered. Team 1. All right.
All right,
Yeah,
Team 1, got 5 minutes now. Yeah, just looking at the stream right now, right where he's about to backshot him. Oh man, like he could have had it. Could have had it. Oh, he was right there.
I really like the way this match is starting. It's definitely going to be awesome. This first drop is going to be Caustic Valley. Lermageddon map number 2, with the primary one being Polar Lermlands. Thank God there is no lock-on weapons allowed for this first drop. So far, we have seen every team fight on the edge of Caldera, except KD CM. They took the Caldera and then pushed down on RJF earlier today.
Yeah,
There's like
push
CXF.
way out of it.
Oh yeah. Looks like CXF is almost locked.
Nice. T1 locked.
Alright, CSPS is now on the countdown. Paulie getting cheeky with the shoutcasters. Oh, they're mirroring. Both sides seem to be stacking Bravo with 1 in Charlie. Both teams are fully ready, just waiting for CSPS to lock, and then we'll be ready to roll. They are locked. We ready to roll?
Yeah, good to go.
This will definitely be interesting. We could see a hard push brawl from either team on this one. Or we could probably see one team trying to Pop-Tart and keep rain. Both teams are capable of doing both strats, so we'll see what they end up doing in the end. Ghost Paladin with a little sportsmanship. And Water Deer repaying it.
Just to confuse things up here. Alright, I'm staring at CSPS with St. Pauline at Javelin 11A, K9 for Downside, Beagle 2 for Nate, Wolfhound 2 for Ghost, and then Mistlings G for Near Solon. What do you got on the Clan Crossfire side?
I got Water Deer and a Piranha 1, Doomguard and a Vapor Eagle Alpha, Knives and a Commando 1D, Agent Spectre and a K9, and Captain Cat and a Wolfhound. That Commando is definitely going to be SRMs. Curious what the Vapor Eagle is going to be doing. That Piranha is definitely a machine gun Piranha. Both teams are set to push each other with their decks.
Oh, nice. Yeah, getting the cap with data cap. CSPS not even. Yeah, there we go. St. Pauli just giving him a little touch tap.
Nate going wide to the edge with the Vapor Eagle 2.
Very wide. Holy shit, man.
There is now 5 UAVs up in the air, and nobody's shooting any of them. CSPS doing a good job of sticking together. CXF is a little spread on the other side of the hill. Knives still holding the center.
Yeah, getting it. Well, they're basically gonna get the full cap on that if they want. Oh, he almost hit by a strike too.
CXF is actually holding back pretty hard. They might be having a strat to just pressure anyone trying to take Theta. Maybe they're going for a cap strat.
And bait them in.
Definitely, it looks like they're trying to bait.
Like I said, nothing wrong with getting even on low points where you don't get any kills. You're still, they could still win this. Like nobody dying. It's still a 5-1 win. You're still putting the point spread way off. Low CSPS here is in the high div, so not to be good for them to lose this one.
CSPS is starting to rotate to the north, and CXF is rotating to the south.
Yeah,
We got a potato rotato going on. Surprisingly, UAVs are still being ignored, and both teams are walking into each other's UAV. Commando is doing a little harassing, and it looks like he just baited CSPS to chase.
Well, yeah, they are all in their UAV range.
CSPS, it looks like they're about to go in for the push.
Oh, I get a ball right
Captain
here.
Cat. Captain Cat got a good alpha strike on the St. Pauli's Javelin. Dropped it 11%. Oh, Nate just PPC'd the Wolfhound. Wolfhound is already down to 78%. Both sides are still trying to trade, but trading at very close range.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, that was a quick kill. And the K9 goes down. Wolfhound is pretty injured on CXF side.
Oh, and he was legged too. I thought they were hitting legs. Oh, the P1
Piranha.
Piranha. Weird water deer's
Piranha out of position. Piranha dived on the K9. Did not know the K9 had 3 mechs covered.
Oh, Nikoro and Knives here in a bad spot.
Knives trying to do something. Yeah, Doomguard just went down, the Vapor Eagle.
Captain Cat in a bad place.
Yeah, Paulie and Near Salon are both pressuring him super hard. There's no way he's getting out of that. Yeah, there he goes. It's just Knives. He's just been legged, and it's GG. That was some real good coordination on CSPS's part. The falling back, and then hard pushing that commando, and then just pushing over into the CXF. It doesn't look, if you look where all the CXF guys died, they were a little bit all over the place there around the caldera. Probably would have done better sticking to the outside after they got that early cap.
Oh, and that mislinks for Neil Solon is in pretty good condition, 98% with those machine guns.
Yeah, the Vapor Eagle and Near Salon are, and Dio, all 3 are basically fresh mechs. With St. Pauli barely alive. St. Pauli's heading over for that second cap. As soon as he steps on it, that should be GG. Apparently, Pauli does not like rocks. He's taking his aggression out on him.
Kappa is under enemy control.
Oh, he's legged too. He's a
I
slow
was
boy.
I was surprised by the amount of UAVs that went up, and the amount of UAVs that did not get shot down. Most UAVs just went down on their own timers. That was definitely a pretty good brawl to watch. Well done both sides, GG.
Oh, that's good. Oh, damn. Knives with 63 team damage. He almost got more team damage than regular damage. Jesus. 19 from Dionsai on the other side of CSPS.
You know it's a good game when someone does 63 team damage. Though, like everyone, I would like to see someone do something epically, like do an epic fail and like nail 300 team damage. Still waiting for that to happen this season.
Yeah, CXF just not having a good drop on that one. 3 guys under under damage. K9 Toronto winning the Com D. 1D just not getting the numbers that could help them push that through that match. It's terrible. Good numbers from the CSPS side, like I said, when they did that, when they made that push, they timed it right, focused right, went for legs on, I know 2 of the mechs for sure, and did a great job of it.
Oh yeah, they dropped 2 mechs super fast and then just swept up the other one. You got that map strap pulled up while these guys ready up for the next one?
Yes, sir. Like you said, it was a good start from both teams getting in close and popping UAVs. Do I have work? No, it doesn't do shit. I don't know how this do. Yeah, like I said, his team started to NASCAR around and kind of see what was going on, and then decided to fight a D5.
That is, other than the RJF drop, RJF versus KDCM,
So.
that D5 seems to be where the fight is always happening. Maybe, and it also seems Team 2 wins that fight when they push from D5.
Yeah,
maybe they have more cover from their side.
I think it's just the way it's set up when you go in. The first team to go over, there's always someone who's going to be caught out of place. You can come over that hill wide with the rest of your team. There's a lot of space. A D5, E5 corridor.
That's true. It was interesting when all those UAVs went up all around the caldera, and then CSPS did it. I thought they were going for a NASCAR push, but it turned out just to be a feint. They went from this D5 area to the edge of D4. Once that commando went under their UAV here in D5, they just all turned around and just pushed as hard as they could. And as you saw, they just swept up CXF one mech at a time. CSPS is now locked.
Quick look at the point spread for everybody. Good 11-4 start for CSPS over CXF.
That's a very strong start.
Especially being, don't get, everyone might be confused. CXF is the Div C team, whereas CSPS is the Div B team. Am I drunk?
Yes. CSPS has one team in Div B and Div C. Their main name is the same. They have secondary names that are different. One special delivery. I can't remember what the other one's called off the top of my head.
Federal offenders.
Ah, that's right. Both of the teams are actually strong.
Sorry, no, I'm drunk as hell. Clan Crossfire is Div C.
Yeah, Clan Crossfire should be Div C.
Yeah, CSPS Federal Offenders is the Div C team, whereas special. God damn it.
Yeah, special deliveries Div B. It's
It's
confusing. You think they would just change the second team's name? Both teams are locked now. Are we ready to?
We are good to go. I'm used to like smoke getters 373 and 505th. It's easy, you know. There's a huge difference. They're not one div apart. They're like 2.
Slayer City definitely is going to be an interesting. It lends itself to both heavy brawl and pop tarting and kiting strats. There's a lot of elevation, a lot of verticality that mechs can get up into, like on the ramps, and some of the buildings even have little cutouts where mechs can hide in. Um, it'll be interesting to see what each team attempts to do on this one. Both teams with the sportsmanship. Good on them.
Command coming in.
Alright, dropping on my face. I got Nate Uziel 6P, Ghost Paladin, and the Dervish 6MR, Vigo 3 for Kieran, St. Pauli and the Grasshopper 5H, and somebody else way over here, Neon Solon in the Crab 27B. What do you got on the Clan Crossfire side?
Doomguard brought a Vapor Eagle A, Water Deer with the Griffin 1E, Kamikaze Viking with the Thanatos, sorry. Rathor with the Dervish 6MR, and Captain Cat with a Phoenix Hawk. This will be interesting. I think this is the first Thanatos I've seen. And it looks like to be a MRM Thanatos. They seem to have replaced chose it over an IV4, which will be interesting.
Both teams liking on the high ground. Well, the Ghost Paladin's about to see CSX from Water Deer here.
And he gets a couple good burns off into the Phoenix Hawk and Griffin.
Yeah, Captain Cat, Water Deer ducking out.
Ghost Paladin and Kieran both took the high ground on the building. That is interesting. But they have mechs with arm-mounted weapons, it seems, so they should be fine. Be able to shoot down without being shot up. CXF looks like they're changing strats and completely repositioning their entire team. They must not want to push into CSPS's little area they got going on. CSPS looks like they have Overwatch over each other in a very unique setup. St. Pauli is in between two buildings with the that looks to be a laser vomit grasshopper.
Yeah, I think it's still large laser too.
Both teams are well, CXF looks like they're moving in towards the sitter now. Or sorry, heading towards the north of the map to try to get around. They spotted Pauli and they started trading with him. The Uziel returns fire.
Yeah, Pauli putting down a lot more damage than he's getting back, that's for sure, though. Strike on him, though.
And he dodged it, and he drops.
For me, anyways.
He drops, but the entire CXF's team is about to push into CSPS. CSPS has two mechs on Overwatch over them, but they got spotted. Ghost Paladin drops.
I don't think they've seen Kieran that. Kieran's not shooting.
No, they have not seen Kieran yet.
Oh,
there he goes. Kieran took some major hits there. That was a beautiful strike.
Beauty, yeah.
That hit Ghost, Pauli. Doomguard with his own Vapor Eagle is now being focused super hard. He is stuck out in the open. He's hoping to kill Kieran before he dies himself, trading one mech for another. But it doesn't look like he can do it. Kieran jumps off the edge while his team mops up him. Doomguard is now down.
That was a sexy move by Kieran. But taking a lot of damage up there and getting away too.
It might end up being an even trade, Vapor Eagle for Vapor Eagle. Ghost Paladin taking some serious hits from both the left and the straight ahead. CSPS is getting a little pressured into a small area, while CXF is starting to get flanks on them from both sides.
Yeah, Clan Crossfire got some decent angles here. Nate's pushing it. Nate's pushing it a bit by himself, though.
That he might be getting too aggressive.
Oh yeah, his own.
That was 2v1, but Kamikaze whiffs his MRMs, only partial contact. He whiffs a second MRM alpha.
Oh, Nate with that strike.
Beautiful strike. CXF is down 2 mechs, but CSPS has 2 mechs that are barely hanging on for dear life. Nate going around for a flank.
Always pushing the center.
Yeah, Polly and Ghost Paladin are 2v1ing water deer. It looks like they got him dead to rights. Kamikaze and Ratho are coming in to try to assist, but it is too late. Kamikaze and Ratho took opposite sides of that building. St. Pauli is down. So is Kamikaze. All that's left now is the Dervish. Dervish cannot win, but he might be able to nab at least one more kill before he dies for points. And he does not. He makes the attempt on the Vapor Eagle and just barely loses that. Well done, CSPS. CXF had a really good crossfire. I think that that airstrike Nate dropped right on them was the deciding factor on this one.
Yeah, it was a great airstrike on Captain Cat too. Captain Cat?
Yes. And now they're running off to go get caps. And that's GG. Well played, both sides. I definitely like the tiered building strat where they try to hide a couple mechs in the way high ground. Then when CXF tried to push the rest of CSPS, they were able to get a couple good shots. And then when the Vapor Eagle jumped up there to try to kill Kieran before he could get out of there, Kieran just says goodbye, jump jets, and jumps right off the edge, leaving him up there wildly exposed, and the rest of CSPS focuses on that. The teamwork was real. Coordination was superb. GG's.
Oh yeah, Nate with the numbers, 703, holy crap. Uzio 6P.
Airstrikes OP. Please nerf.
That's if you know how to use them.
That is 3 drops down, 3 to go. All right, I'm going to switch the teams to start the CXF timer.
Oh lordy, Kamikaze Viking with the 94 team damage. Captain Cap 19, Rasnor 17, 12 from Near Solon in that crab. So that Thanatos was just not being good to his friends. Could be an inside job.
IV4, if they were going to go MRMs, there's a reason why the IV4 is king of MRMs. It might spread a lot of damage, but it has much better hitboxes than that Thanatos, and with its armor quirks, it's probably it's not much less than that Thanatos would have, but it would have better jump jets for better spreading damage overall. I think that Thanatos might have been a bad pick.
I mean, it did decent damage, 300. I think this Kieran with the Vapor Eagle 3 did only 61 damage. Like, that seems crazy to me. He had the, unless he lost, did he lose his tag? Is that what it was? Because he had, I remember at the end, I thought he still had a tag and an ATM 9.
When he was up top, he did not get any shots off when he was in the high ground.
Yeah.
They got multiple shots on him. It wasn't until after he jumped down that I think he fired his very first salvo against us. I'm not sure if he just couldn't get the locks or
because I know he jump shot Doomguard as he jumped away, but then after that, it's like what the frick else? I mean, he was hurt. He was hurt pretty bad after being up there. He was down to like 48%, so it's like, yeah, maybe he backed off. The rest of the guys had armor. I mean, Neil Solon was 76%. Dervish wasn't in bad shape either. I think the Uziel was still pretty fair. He got 6 component destructions as well. 700 diggity.
Well, we saw MJ12 just a couple hours ago lose really bad on the first 2 drops and pull their bootstraps together and then come back to tie the match and almost win in the very end. That was a heck of an upset, and I still think that CXF has this chance to do the same thing. This next drop will make or break whether they have a chance at winning this match or not.
Yeah, because it's 21 to 6 points so far for CSPS. Let's take a look at that match strat. Because who did he have? CSPS was Team 1?
Yes.
So what it looks like on my screen. Although I have no freaking idea where the high ground is on this or where they were. Unless...
about right here. This is the 2 buildings with the platforms that they could that they were standing on.
Oh, that's
so
right,
most
they
of the
came
fight
from D5, yeah.
Yeah. CXF came up and all the way around to about right here. I think they had 1 guy come in, and then CSPS pulled back expertly, set up about here, but they had 2 mechs here for serious ambushing. Paulie was about right here with his grasshopper at the beginning, because he was shooting mechs in E4 near the start of the match.
Yeah, CSPS had great levels on those guys, so it worked out well for them.
That was definitely something I've never seen before. Very interesting. Very, actually quite clever.
Especially because no one's needed to use it yet, so it's good to see that someone's taking advantage of it.
Oh yeah. Though near the end, when Kamikaze and I can't remember who helped them when they were pushing the little fight going on at the top of Theta, when 2 of the CSPS guys had one of the CXF guys cornered. One went towards the center to push at him. The other one went towards the outside, so they put a building between themselves so they could no longer focus fire 1 mech. If they both went one direction or the other, they could have probably focus fire and maybe started pulling a kill lead out there near the end. But by them spreading their fire, the CSPS guys just lived long enough to end that match.
Kamikaze said that Captain walked in front of his MRMs before the strike. That's the way she goes, boys.
Oh, both teams locked.
Oh, nice.
Ready to launch?
Rock and roll.
Next map will be Frozen City, not Frozen City Classic. So this is a very big map. We've seen some strange stuff so far today on this one. We watched KDCM push brawl RJF. They all were in the red and half mech'd, but once they were on top of the RJF's long range traders, they no longer had the heat to fight back, and KDCM pulled a massive upset on that one. Then we watched MJ12 do the same thing. They were losing their trades. They got mid match. Somewhat Scout Derek from MJ12 took Theta, and then he pulled back, and then MJ12, instead of going for a kill strat, they decided to go for a cap strat, and there was nothing really the other team could do. By the time that they could push Theta, it was already too late.
Yeah, it worked out great for them.
Command coming in. Capture and hold the resource point. Stop any hostiles that get in your way.
Alright, well, I'm starting a clan crossfire here with Rathnor and the Hellbringer Virago, Battlemaster 1G, Warhammer 6D, Summoner PD, and Rifleman 2C. Captain Cat, what do you got on the Comstar side?
I got Dio, Nazi, and a Stalker 5S. Wow, first time that. Nate, Summoner M. Near Salon in the Virago, Kieran in a ML, Sunspider NL, and then St. Pauli in the Rifleman 2C. I think that is all the AC2s. Sorry, Rifleman 2C2. Wow, the trading is already starting.
God, that Rifleman 2C is ugly.
Nate Sumner
Hate these
is
AC2s.
on. Nate Sumner is now on Clan Crossfire's side of the map doing some trading. We
He's way over there. Not like he's got nothing to worry about right now, so he's got lots of time.
Oh yeah. Clan Crossfire is since everyone's at their max range, everyone is trading their hardest, but so far take that back. Yeah, CSPS is in the slight damage lead. Knives is already down to 90%. Agent Spectre is trying to get into cover, but every time he pokes to the right, he's getting shot. Rathor in the Vraga, every time he pokes left, he is getting. They are being pressured from two angles. They're having trouble of finding peeking angles to trade back. Nate Sumner is just kind of hanging out over there and doing his own thing. Blue flashlights are going everywhere. CSPS has taken up a strong fire position in around G6, up to the down dropship. CSPS is a little more bald than CXF is. CXF actually has a really good firing line now that all their mechs are nicely spaced. Virago eating a lot of damage. It looks like he is being focused. Water D in the Battle Master trying to get shots off on Dia.
Huge strike, just massacring Neo Solon down to 63%. He came over right at the right time.
Amazing strike.
They were doing great otherwise.
Yeah, where Near Salon was positioned, I don't think there was any way he could have avoided that strike.
Yeah,
Just
was,
everything was around him. Another strike going down. Barely dodged it.
lucky none of his weapons got crit.
Yeah, Virago has the longest range with the lasers of any. Losing its range and damage output at these extreme ranges can cost you the match easy. Someone just tried to airstrike Water Deer, but put the airstrike too far behind him and completely whiffed. Rathnor is already down to the orange. He's at 70%, but it looks like has a side torso that's been focused.
Oh, a strike on Dionsai. And the Stalker. That's probably going to hit all of him.
Oh, and it does.
Oh, right from 82 to 65. Great strikes by Clan Crossfire. Trying to even things up here.
Can Clan Crossfire capitalize on that and take out the Stalker? Nate's pushing.
It's like they're all pushing.
I think CSPS thinks that they are losing the trade, so they are going to try to go for picking someone off probably at a more optimal range. Rathor is super damaged, but he's pulling himself out of the fight a little bit.
Yeah, like, where Captain Cat is, there's almost no way they. And see, you saved
Oh!
Paulie, being the first one to go down.
Paulie died super fast on that one. I just barely missed to see what actually took him out. It looks like with one mech down, CSPS is losing a bit of cohesion. They are their formation they had is completely broken up. Near Salon is down to 47%. Clan Crossfire went from behind in the trades to now taking the lead. 4 minutes left on the clock. Is Nate going to try to take that cap? That's the question. Is he going to try to take the cap, and then if he does, are they going to pull back?
Well, and Captain Cat's slightly distracted right now. He might get a good opportunity to. Look, who's on the far side of the map? He might have the eyes on him as well. Yeah, he's going for it.
Nate taking a big risk for a big play. He's trying to get that early cap. Oh, and he is being smashed. The cap has been stopped. He's stuck out in the open, and he is on the retreat. He just got airstrike for 10%. He is falling apart. He is struggling to get into cover.
Oh, he was so close too. But yeah, Clan Crossfire just moving to the right places to see, have full eyes on that. It's like they were communicating. Like Captain Cat said, I wasn't staring at it anymore.
It's almost like coordination is overpowered. Nate looks like he is going to try to do it again. Try to get that. Dio is trying to give him Overwatch, but he might not have enough HP to do that.
Oh, he's crazy.
Kieran and Nier are repositioning. Nier is trying to get into the furthest range he can so he can do a little damage without taking any.
Yeah, like
Nate's
that.
back on the.
Yeah, that Warhammer stopped him the first time, even with just nothing touching it. Yeah, he's not gonna get it. Another strike on.
Yeah, he has to give up going for the cap. He's being slaughtered trying to take it. Nice back shot from the Battlemaster, or sorry, the Rifleman, Captain Cat. But Captain Cat is super damaged. Clan Crossfire now has 3 mechs in the red. HPs for both teams is pretty close. But it looks like CSPS might have just slightly more focus fire. And Nate takes even more damage. He is now in the red. Near Salon finishes off the Battlemaster.
That's 1-on-1, huh? Now it's even.
Going for the extreme range and holding back might have worked out for him. Kieran is now pushing up. I think he's trying to push towards the summoner Asian spec.
Theta is controlled by the enemy.
Oh, now they got
And
it.
Nate did it. Nearsalon kills Rathnor. It's now 2v4. Nate giving his arm to shield. What's left of his mech, he is down to 18%, and he dies midair.
Yeah, Knives is in a bad spot too. He's got 2 orange side torsos, but I think he's going to be the next one to go down. They get him. He might go and try and take the stalker out downside.
If he can shoot at it with Asian Spectre, they might be able to 2v1 this time. And at that point, Nearsalon would just be, they just need to mop him up. But they need to do this fast and take Theta back fast. There is only 1 minute left in the match, and CSPS has a cap lead.
I don't think they're not going to take the cap. They're just going to go for the kills now. But yeah, Asian's taking a lot of damage coming in.
And there he goes.
Yep.
Knives trying to get one more shot on Dio. Try to get one more point in,
Just
and he
did.
does.
We've failed.
And that's GG.
Awesome match.
Clan Crossfire was actually in the lead there for most of that match. CSPS had better focus fire taking out individual components and weapons of C-XF. But C-XF it looked like was doing more damage overall for the first 6 minutes. That definitely could have gone. Nate's risk going for the cap and putting the ball in the other team definitely seemed to rouse C-XF up a little bit. They went from a beautiful firing line to trying to put pressure on that cap and get themselves out of position.
There we go, finally got the stats up. A beautiful 6 components destroyed for all of Knives, Kiron Halcyon, and Neo Solon. 4 for Dionsai. Some good numbers out there too. Great damages. CXF's Knives getting 652 damage. 548, sorry, for Kiron Halcyon in that Sun Spider. Freaking great work out there. Great numbers by everybody, except for Paulie. Paulie getting screwed that Rifleman 2C with only 125 damage.
I just happened to be looking in the opposite direction when he died. I wish I got to see what actually finished him off. Did someone get a headshot? Because he seemed to be pretty fresh right before he died. Be curious if someone got a headshot. That'd be an epic headshot.
Yeah, I wasn't. I was way on the other side of the map when he died too. I never checked.
All right, CSPS is on the timer. The map's been switched. Once they lock, then the ball being CXF's court. Next map is Mining Collective. That's going to be super interesting with these two teams.
Yeah, no, that was a good drop. Clan Crossfire doing a lot better job this time around on this drop. See if things start to keep panning out for them as things get into the heavier weights.
Yeah. The drop was super close. If they could pull off the win, they might have been able to still pull a win in the match overall. At this point, I don't think they can win. All they can do is try to maximize the points for the end of season leaderboard.
Yeah, so far it's 31-10.
Oh, then in that case, yeah, definitely out. Even if CXF.
But they're hanging in there, so that's good to see.
Oh yeah, these cross division matches are definitely super hard for the lower division, but it is great it's great practice and great knowledge to see how you stand against the next division higher and what you need to achieve as a team to reach that next level. So I while my team in Div C had to face a Div A team, JGX, last week. No regrets because it gave my team a definitely a more humble approach to like just how much skill it requires to reach those the top divisions of the game.
Yeah, it's a lot of work and just being extremely good.
All right, CSPS is now locked for mining. CXF is the timer is now on them.
Taking a quick look at the map strat, not much to talk about because it was pretty.
Yeah, it was pretty straightforward trade war.
Because they guy in D5, guy in D6, technically another guy in D6, E7, E7 again. For Team 1, which was CSPS, and everybody else from Clan Crossfire were kind of all piled up in weird areas of near Sigma or near the drop ship until they started to push over.
CSPS was team 2 and CXF was team 1.
Damn it, I always get that.
But yeah, the idea is still the same. They were here in G5 and stuff instead of firing lines. CSPS did. They're kind of bald in this area, but this area actually has pretty good overwatch to most of the map. CSPS had that summoner Nate in the summoner here in G6. I actually expected him to go down the 7 line and put serious pressure on the mechs over here, trading and break their line of sight. Instead, he decided not to do that. He pulled back. Wasn't sure what he was doing for a couple minutes. Kind of just stood here and shot when he could. And then about the 3 or 4 minute mark, then he started moving his way up towards Theta, and 3 times tried to take the cap on Theta. And the first 2 times he just got hit from all directions, from here D5, D6, and E7. He was forced to retreat to right there. he had to retreat there twice, and then the third time, he finally was able to do it and take Theta, and uh, force CXF to have to go on the offensive, which I think is what pulled them a little bit out of position. Because up until that point, CXF was actually in the lead on trading. They already had killed one of CSPS's guys, but at that moment, they all had to come out of cover to shoot at the summoner taking Theta, and I think that's when CSPS was able to capitalize and start taking down mechs. Both teams are locked for mining.
Roger that. I'm good to go.
All right, I'm launching.
Yeah, CSPS playing a really smart game during these drops here, even though it's a lower team. Because like I said, that one was close, but they knew they had to do something after those bad strikes, and then because they were basically winning before those strikes. Once those strikes hit, they were hurt, but still had weapons, and they had to figure they had to do something. While Nate was risking it, taking Theta was the right thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. Kieran from CSPS confirmed that St. Pauli was headshot
Oh, damn.
at that extreme range. Must have been a PPC mech, probably the summoner.
Alright, dropship's inbound. I'm looking at Clan Crossfire. Rathnor in the Javelin 11A. Summoner A for knives. Black Cat in the Warhammer 2C BL. Annihilator 1X for Nakaro Doomguard. And Asian Spectre in the Blood Asp A. What do you got on the CSPS side?
I got Near Salon in the Blood Asp A, St. Pauli in a 8AC2 Direwolf, Dio in an Annihilator 1A. I got Nate in a Warhammer 2C BL, and then Ghost Paladin in the Wolfhound 2. I am quite curious to see what is on that BL and on the one.
Not the way that BL looks.
That BL might be 2 GOS and 3 ERPPC.
Rathnor thinking he could take the cap. He does have a UAV, or they both got UAVs up. No one taking the cap so far. Oh, Ghost could go take it too. Oh, man.
Goes with his Wolfhound too. If he has MPLs, he should be able to pressure the Javelin right off there. At close range, he has the damage in every. But looks like he's going to hold back. Missed airstrike right on the center of the cap. It looks like CSPS is going to the far end of the map, to the north end. They are not going to go for the center. They are moving all their mechs down between Kappa and Sigma.
That's what's going to be up. Yeah, he's going to get. Well, if he decides to take Theta, he's going to be able to get it. There, yeah, you can see they are hesitant now. Captain Cat getting knocked off his perch.
St. Pauli is trading with the Annihilator and Blood Asp on the northern side of the map. Pauli has already taken a bit of damage.
Oh, heavy strikes on Nakaro and Asian Spectre. On
both
sides.
It's St. Pauli getting annihilated by that air. Nate is pushing in with the BL. The Annihilator 1X is down to 70%. The Blood Asp A is already at 75%. Captain Cat, Warhammer 2 BL, is almost dead. He's already down to half. St. Pauli's Direwolf is just eating damage. He is backpedaling hard. Ghost Paladin is now going for the center uncontested.
Oh, another strike on Nate.
Supernova A is ATS, and he is annihilating the Wolfhound. Doomguard with the first kill. Pauli is down. Nate is stuck where he's at. He has mechs on his left and right, and there is nowhere he can go without getting shot at. Ghost Paladin is now hiding in the corner because his mech is almost gone. The Supernova A is taking a lot of damage, but there is an insane amount of firepower on that thing. Agent Spectre in the Blood Asp is eating damage left and right. Supernova A just hit the Annihilator 1A for a ton of damage. Nate is now almost dead. Doomguard in the Annihilator 1X has only 30% HP. but he's not in the red. And the Age Inspector goes down.
Yeah, Ghost Paladin almost got away with the back shot and then ran running out of there.
Nate goes down. This looks like this is Clan Crossfires.
Oh, beautiful strike hitting Dionsai again.
Supernova is pretty injured. I'm not sure how many guns are left on the Annihilator 1X.
He's still got his 5 meat pulse and 2 heavy gas. Holy crap.
He still has all his weapons.
But he has red side torso. Obviously, he's been hit by a strike because he is all yellow CT.
If he can poke that Annihilator 1A as that Annihilator, as Dio is going for the Supernova up top in the Javelin, he might be able to alpha the Annihilator one shot in the butt. Annihilator just gave him back to him, but Doomguard has no idea. He has a clear shot to one shot that Annihilator. Nearsalon is holding back in the near the Kappa corner. They are now regrouping.
He's not stuck, is he? Oh, he's moving now. He's just being super careful.
Bloodass is covering the Annie. It looks like the Annie is going to be the tank for the rest of this. And a hard shot on that Javelin. That Javelin is bellowing out smoke and sparks super hard. Annihilator 1X is moving forward.
Oh, near Solon getting hit with those heavy gas.
Dio is going to push the Supernova. He's about to be inside his minimum range, and the Supernova will not be able to do anything more at this moment.
Oh yeah, he's just running. He's gonna go down here, get back shot. Yep, that's Supernova going down. Oh, Nicaro at 18%.
It takes serious skill to keep an Annie alive to that low of HP.
Yeah, red CT. A fine job, though.
It looks like CSPS might pick this off in the end. It'll depend if Nier dies first or Nikoro.
Oh, with that Javelin, though, there's so much you could do if you had him moving. If you could stop the cap.
Nero just tried to fire some heavy gas at the Bloodass, but he hit the wall and...
Oh,
that could... Wrath is legged, I think. He is moving super slow.
Yeah, he just came in sight and got freaking washed out.
Beta is ours.
The Annihilator is... I'm not sure what Doomguard is doing. He's going around the far side of the map. Maybe he's just trying to save his mech for points. Rathner and the Javelin. Still trying to do a little whatever trading he can against 2 assaults. He is out-tonned by 160 tons. Can he pull this off?
It's a lot. I mean, it's a lot of tonnage.
Just a little. And there it is. Dio with the quick shot. I don't even think Rathor saw that coming. Doomguard is still running away with the what's left as an Annihilator. He is picking a corner to hope to ambush one of them. He has picked the corner he's willing to die in.
Oh man, with that blood red CT.
I'm not sure if Clan Crossfire can win on caps at this point. I mean, it's really close.
2 minutes to get 70? 70.
Yeah,
60.
it's 1 point per every 2 seconds.
So they're just...
It's going to be super close, I think. But I think CSPS actually does have the ability to get just enough cap points to take the lead, even if they can't find him. And there he is. He came out in the open. And there he goes. And this is CSPS's game.
Clan Crossfire doing a decent job, great job on this one, keeping it close for a lot of that match.
Oh yeah. Rathnor and that javelin just did not stop harassing CSPS that whole match. He did a bang up job. St. Pauli with the early, I think he got a little too aggressive and out in the open. Where he's at, there's not really anywhere to like get into cover, especially with the mech with low mounts like his had. Nate also is in a bad position where he died. Um, that almost cost CSPS the game, but they were able to, in the end, pull it together and pull out the win. That was definitely a good match. Most of it took place on between Cap and Sigma. I think that's the first we've seen on Mining Collective this season.
First I've seen so far.
We have Gamma.
Dio with the epic paint job, waddling his way over to.
Gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge.
Well
technical
done, both
benefits.
teams. GG's. C-XF might have lost that one, but that's a loss they can be proud of. They put up a hell of a fight on that.
Yeah, good numbers on their side as well.
Crass correcting me that the Virago does not have the longest range ER large. Kit Fox does. Beats it by just like 20 meters.
What would he know?
Yeah, I know, right?
Smart ass. He doesn't have the feel for the Virago. He doesn't know. It's farther. I know it.
All right, switching teams.
Absolutely minimal total drinks managed in this match. It's actually depressing. One being the most damage. Can't even believe it. But downside, getting 9 components destroyed with that 705 key damage that he did. And Knives, I believe, on the other side for C-XF, getting 586, doing a fine job over there. Great damage numbers by everybody. With Captain Cat and Ghostplat just not being able to break 200. First to go down with that Warhammer ToC C and that Wolfhound 2.
The Supernova A was definitely an interesting choice. How it could pop tart. I wasn't aware it could pop tart until I saw him do it. It's a bit of a slow mech. It can output a lot of damage, but it's a bit of a glass cannon. And as we saw, once it gets pushed, it doesn't stand much of a chance. All it could do is try to waddle away. Which is what we saw, but he was still able. The couple alpha, I'm pretty sure he did all that damage in just a few alphas because I didn't see him fire many missiles. But when he did hit a target, like when he hit the Wolfhound went down from 90 to like 40% HP. It was crazy.
Yeah, he was hitting the right target. That's for sure.
It's going to be interesting to see what both teams do on this last map, Highburn. See if C-XF can get those 10 points, get a win, which will help them by the end of the season. CSPS is at 41 points, I think.
Yes. Yeah, 41 to 14.
All right, CXF is officially locked. CSPS is on timer.
Yeah, taking a quick look at the map strat. Just how... Can't remember who was up here. Somebody was up here. I feel like St. Paul. It was somebody, alright. But yeah, with the Team 1.
Team 1 is
CSPS.
CSPS, that one.
CSPS pulling down the Charlie line and focusing most of their mechs up there. I don't know, I can't remember. I was looking for more other directions.
Yeah, that's where most of the team went. Then they had their CSPS's Wolfhound was down here. But yeah, the rest of their team was up in this area. CXF had their Javelin that hung by Theta pretty well. And then when CXF set up a small firing line in this D5 area, that's when the Javelin did a good job of going back and forth between pressuring anything that tried to step on Theta and trying to support his team. I think he still pulled out like 351 damage in the end, which is pretty substantial for a light mech in a drop with 4 assaults. Both teams locked.
Oh, fantastic.
We ready to launch?
Let's rock and roll.
All right, final drop of the night. Let's see if CXF can do this. I still have faith. They've been putting up great matches this whole time. I think they're going to pull this off.
I mean, yeah, they have been keeping things pretty tight, which is good to see.
Salutes by everyone. I'm loving the field of sportsmanship in this match. Both teams.
Well, I'm staring at these snow camouflage mechs with Nate and Dionsign, Nightlight 1P, and the MC2-1. Cat 2-1, sorry. Also Near Solon and the Vulcan 5T, Wolfhound 2 for Ghost, and St. Pauli and Summoner Prime. Beautiful skeleton camo for St. Pauli as well. What do you got, CSPS? Or
Knives in the Crossfire, Knives in the Vulcan, Rathnor and Annihilator 1P, Captain Cat in the Wolfhound 2, Agent Spectre and the Summoner PD, and Water Deer in the Battlemaster 1G. Knives and Captain Cat are double teaming the center, trading against Ghost Paladin a little. CSPS has 3 mechs balled up right up there in the center. Doesn't seem like the smartest move because you can get flanks on from 3 different directions on him at there. Captain Cat is staying at the center. Knives is going for a peeking flank. Maybe he can draw some aggro. To keep the enemy from trying to take the cap.
How did that strike, or did it touch Near Solon? I couldn't see correctly. And change his percentage. Looks like he was hit by the strike. CXF taking the quick Theta drops, now they just gotta hold it.
Ghost Paladin is starting to take damage from Captain, and every time he pokes to try to take the center cap, Theta, those two are... Dio just got seriously striked.
It's okay, it's his bad arm.
Water Deer dodging an artillery strike. Rathnor is out in Zimbabwe with the Annihilator 1P. I don't think he can get very good Overwatch there on the rest of his. Summoner's Agent Spectre and his Summoner is also taking a bit of damage. Ghost Paladin down to 79% and in the orange. Captain Cat is now in the yellow but at 64%. Nate in the long range Mad Cat 1 tried to get shots off on the Annihilator 1P, and he does. Annihilator 1P, even way out there, is down to 15%. And he got an airstrike. He's down to 78%. Captain Cat and Knives will not give up the center to CSP.
Oh yeah, Rathnor's in an awful spot. It's not working out for where he is.
He doesn't have the agility
Doesn't
or
have
the
enough eyes
mouse.
on anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, missing strikes! Agent Spectre maybe got hit with one there. It was right on him too.
Polly's pushing the Vulcan and Wolfhound. Captain Cat got a small burn on St. Polly. Polly's backpedaling hard. Ghost Paladin is still up there in the center, but he's missing one of his arms. Ghost Paladin eats a whole alpha down to 63%. Near Salon is still relatively fresh, even though he's at 77. Polly's down to 70. Dio has taken quite a few hits in his Annihilator 1P. Nate is going far wide. It looks like he is going to try to put an end to Knives and Captain Cat's harassment of all three mechs in the center. And Captain Cat goes down. Ghost Paladin and Near Saloon and St. Polly are all diving on Knives now. Knives is running for his life. No, he decided to stop and fight. No, now he's running again. He's laying, there's nothing he can do. He is going down here in a few seconds.
At least now the summoner can see things. Not summoner, the damn.
Agent Spectre is now the focus of the this weird little light, medium, and heavy wolf pack. He is now being surrounded by Polly, Near, and Ghost, and then he goes down. All that's left is the two assaults that hung way back, possibly too far back. We'll see how their damage numbers are.
Well. He doesn't see it coming either.
And he gets hit by it slightly. At the same time, Near shoots him. Polly is almost dead, and there he goes. Polly's down. Water Deer hoping he can make a play, hoping one of them just goes right out in the open so he can potentially get a leg or finish. Nate's been taking some serious damage in his trades. And there the Battlemaster goes. Battlemaster was backing up into Nate's line of fire, and he was going to go down either way. All that's left is the Annihilator over in Zimbabwe. He's just been halved. Only the Wolfhound and Vulcan are pushing him. The Annihilator is setting up for Overwatch in the distance and Nate's going on the far flank in case he's out of there.
Beautiful strike kill on Near Solon.
That was gorgeous. To see if he could pull off one more kill. He's going to need the points by the end of this.
No, I don't get it with 1 ER left. No, that's it.
And it's pretty much game. All CSPS has to do is either grab another point or wait till the center point ticks over here in a few seconds. That was well played. I'm very confused on the Battlemaster and Annihilator 1P way out here with no ability for any of their teammates to cover them or help them. But the Wolfhound and the Vulcan that was at the center holding off a medium, a light, and heavy mech on their own, they were doing a bang-up job at keeping that cap till till they both died. In the end, Clan Crossfire just could not take a win this drop, but they fought tooth and nail to the very end, and they had a few very close games. That's one part that sucks about fighting a team outside your a div up from, because they're automatically off the bat in a different league than you are. Very good performance by them. It's a shame that they couldn't pull off the win for this one, but
wow, for how out of place that Annihilator was. He still got 690. He got top damage, 695. Insane.
That's surprising. It didn't look like he got much. It didn't look like he did much over there, but the numbers say otherwise. I wonder if that has to do with the couple strikes he dropped. The one on Nate and the one on the Wolfhound there at the end.
I bet you are right, because there's a ton of strike damage from him then too. But because Nate and Niar Solon in that in Mad Cat 2 in the Vulcan was 7 components and 6 components destroyed. Only 3 from Rathnor. But yeah, still, like I said, fine job. Grid damage numbers, keeping things pretty decent across the board. CSPS having the better numbers and being in the better positions, but C-XF not far off, especially for, like, say, good to be the Div C team.
Oh yeah. Clan Crossfire Devon put up a fight. Any of their opponents this season who are watching better be looking out, because they are not pushovers. They are definitely dangerous.
I've got Nate here. Let's bring him in. Yeah, how's it going, Nate?
Hello.
How's it going, Captain?
Hello. How's it going?
GG's.
Yeah,
guys.
GG's. Good set of games there.
Oh yeah,
Good games.
that was beautiful to watch. They were surprisingly close on a few of those. Like there's a couple times we thought for sure CSPS was going to lose, but then you guys pulled the win right from underneath CXF. CXF, for facing a team one division higher, you guys performed admirably. Well done.
It was good.
Yeah, the CFX strikes were definitely way better. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Well, we
On
were
ourselves.
especially on Frozen City. I was yelling at them the whole time to get angles like the CSX guys. I was like, probably about 3 or 4 times, just saying, we need to spread out. When I finally went down to Theta, I was just frustrated. I was just like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the whole tank, the whole enemy team's damage, so y'all will move. It's a frustration.
You needed more crossfire, you could say.
Yeah. Oh, I got it. Oh, buddy, I got it. When I planted on Theta, I felt.
Yeah, Captain Cat. It did seem like when Nate decided to say F it and go for Theta and dive on it, it looked like you guys all came out from behind cover to try to all hit him at the same time, because he dropped like 30 or 40% in the few seconds he was on Theta before he got off.
We got some
You guys
good.
Sorry, I was going to say, you guys would know with the call that goes out when the cap is being capped. It's a frantic cap.
Oh yeah.
Hit the cap.
And I knew you were going to hit me, and I was allowing my team to move, but I had to get on the cap 3 times before they moved where I wanted them to. Yeah. So that's why I took so much damage. I was just like,
change your name to Bait instead.
Yeah. Hey, well, if you go back and watch the 3v3s, it was what I did for our team in that one too. I was just the tank. It was the tank.
I was certain you were going to go down the 7 line because of where you moved your summoner from the start of the match. I thought you were going to go down to start shooting them. Then you kind of held your position there at the far end of their half of the map. And then, after a couple minutes, that's when you made your move towards Theta, hugging the wall to the low ground.
Yeah. Well, I was getting really good shots until they all hid. Or not hid, but moved basically out of my LOS. And I needed my guys to move to open up shots, and that's when I decided to move. I think I got like 450 damage. I think all of it was when I was on that angle, and none of it was when I was down on Theta.
It was a really great starting position for the summoner over on that side. It was just a constant annoyance over there.
Oh yeah, I was wailing on was the Hellbringer and the other summoner at the start until you. I don't think I caught you with my strikes, but until y'all. Just kind of, you hit over the hill a little bit, just enough to keep shooting our guys.
There was a lot of the drops there that were very close to the tipping point for either side, so you did really well to clutch them and stop us from getting those 1 or 2 kills that would have made the game.
Well, like mining, I expected them to just push around and force, and then I just got stuck. I felt very silly.
Yeah, we saw that. You were stuck up against that round
literally object. Hugging it with my mech, just like barely out-angling the Annihilator and the Supernova with ATMs within its maximum deadliest range. It's kind of funny.
Speaking of mining, there was a couple moments. CXF, you guys had your Annihilator on one side of that round object that Nate died at, Dio's Annie was peeking from the other side.
Mhm.
I don't think your Annihilator realized it, but Dio decided that he was just going to go walk back towards Nier. He gave his wide back open to that other Annie, and we thought for sure he's going to poke out and just finish him off, and that would have been game. But
It's all clear when you've got the God's Eye view.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
my team, they stalled on the ramp and unanimously called a hold. I fly past them, and then and I think they probably got airstruck to death right there. I'm not sure. They were behind
Yes.
me, but they probably got struck into oblivion.
Yeah, St.
And-
Pauli got hit hard.
Yeah, this is going to be a good talk after we get to see the aerial view, because there was pretty much them against them telling me you shouldn't have pushed up, and I'm like, well, I thought we were going to power push them. I think if we would have pushed around the side, we would have been shielded from the ATMs, and that Annihilator would have gone down quick. So, but hindsight.
it's always 2020. But yeah, like when you went forward, if the direwell came with you, he might have stayed alive, because he took up that perch right above that ramp at the Trident Pass.
Yeah, and we probably couldn't get any other guys overwatching or shooting down the ramp. He had to move past it, or we had to all pull back. But it was just too late. And luckily, we just barely pulled out the javelin was very annoying at the end.
No, I-
Very. We were telling Dio
If he hadn't been leaked, it might have been a different story.
I know. Oh yeah.
That's
oh, yeah.
what we were saying as the match was progressing. That we're like, well, those two assaults up on Theta, they have 160 tons on them, but he might still be able to pull this off because they're both like. For
Well,
the
Nier
most
was
part,
out of
one touch.
weapons.
Blood Asp was nothing.
Blood Asp was weaponless.
One touch
Oh.
everywhere.
I didn't know.
I was thinking the Annihilator was gonna join in the battle,
It's cherry
even
red
though you were
city.
really we knew you were moving or hiding. I really thought you were weaponless, but did you have anything?
The Annihilator had one heavy Gauss and like 5 medium pulse left, but cherry red CT. And it's that calculation with the 10-minute timer and
Oh,
one cap.
yeah,
You've got to
yeah.
go, okay, so there's less than half the game to go. We've had the cap.
Leave the
Oh.
javelin to harass and
Do
keep
they
the
have
cap from
time to-
turning. Yeah,
You can, and there's a little bit of processing time required there. But
I think if you would have stayed in the fight, even Cherry, Dio was committed to the cap, but how would you have known that? So you might have been able to maybe.
I
Who
had
knows?
terrible time in the bludgeon up high. Just got stuck on those buildings and just flailed everywhere.
Well,
It was
while we
bad
have
for
you
me.
guys here, we are super curious about Nate, about your CSPS's strat there with the Vapor Eagle and the other mech on top of the buildings, and then Polly in a little alcove between two buildings. That was actually super clever. Like, how'd you guys come
Solaris?
about that?
Oh,
Solaris
Solaris City.
Huron.
We unfortunately a strike pretty much eviscerated Kiron. Like super lucky strike, took all of his weapons right as the Vapor Eagle was pushing around the corner on him. I mean, it could not have been more unlucky. So we lost not him as a mech, but we lost him. But we had various different strategies of if they turn here, do this. If they take Theta, do this. And it kind of all involved getting all of us in a firing line on Solaris at the same time, which is really hard because it's so narrow. Since they pushed around the left side, we followed our strat. The plan was that if y'all pushed us into that open area, then Curon would just rain ATMs into your backs. So I think you stopped the push and you saw that and hopped the Vapor Eagle up. I was telling Curon to hop down immediately. I got counter called.
Well, yeah, he was up there.
yeah, he
and no
delayed.
one
He
saw
stayed.
him for
He
like
delayed.
10 seconds.
He delayed just long enough, and that strike caught him. We killed your Vapor Eagle, but it was hard. I took a lot of unnecessary damage.
Yeah, Doomguard.
Yeah, so
You made up for that with the strike on Captain Cat there. In
Oh,
the
that strike,
pass.
and I also got Alfred in the back at the same time.
yeah.
Big oof.
Well, I airstruck, or I struck you when you were pushing the very initial push. I laid a strike down in front of y'all, and I caught a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, you caught. I think you caught Captain and the Kamikaze Viking and the Thanatos. I think those were
Suffice it to say, I'm either brilliant or a complete goofball. So
a little bit of both.
it's one or the other. There's really not much in between.
Captain, I am curious, what happened with Hibernal? It was an interesting choice to put the Annihilator way out in the corner. We thought that he didn't get much damage, but it turned out he got a couple good strikes in on Nate and Dio, which pumped his damage up to like 600. What was the thinking behind putting him way out there? Because I don't think he can shoot over that cover very well. It seemed like he could shoot shot at from every direction.
It's a pretty standard spot on Canyon, and I presume it will be on Hibernal as well. It's a slightly different shape, but you can see a lot of the map from over in that corner, and a lot of the power positions on Canyon/Hibernal you can see from that corner. Obviously the strategy on that map, if you're playing Overwatch, is to try and get a decent firing arc so that it's hard for the enemy team to hide. So splitting, having the Summoner on the left and the Battlemaster in the middle and the Annihilator on the right means it's, there's less cover opportunities. Unfortunately, we had to work really hard to keep Theta down. It seemed like the lights had to work too hard on Theta. We should have had more like over the top Overwatch from the positions we had. They were probably just busy shooting other things that, it's really common in comp that people just kind of get tunnel vision and think what they're doing is the most important thing to be doing right now. And I'm not the one who needs to listen to the call at this time. That was a really close game as well.
The Vulcan and Wolfhound, I don't know if you guys realize this, your Vulcan and Wolfhound was holding off a Summoner, a medium, and a light. I can't remember what the medium light was off the top of my head.
We had exactly the same drop decks, except that we had the Battlemaster and they had the Mad Cat with PPCs.
Gotcha. But yeah, you guys 2v3 those guys there at the center for almost half the map before they finally said, wait, we outnumber them. Why don't we just push those two? That's what they ended up doing.
I was at Radio Tower as well, so we had a sort of a third there-ish.
But still, that was actually well done. We thought for sure you guys were going to be able to hold the Theta up until they couldn't, till they couldn't win on a single cap, where they'd have to kill all 5 of you. But yeah, that was. These were really great matches, guys. Well done.
Thanks.
All around.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was really good games. I mean, as these kind of matches where it's play up a division, it's about, which teams from Division C will be giving away the most points to their match from Division B, or trying to even, gain some extra points. So I think we did okay.
Yeah, that was excellent. We actually got a chance to scrim JGX last night, and it's incredible that all the pilots are really good, but how many 5-0 matches we had against us. Right. Scrimming. It was, you're like, well, and it was the same kind of thing. It's close matches, but especially in the 5v5, as soon as you lose a player, the dominoes tend to fall pretty fast.
That's what was surprising on Frozen City. Paulie taking the headshot. He died so fast, neither me or Belmont caught it. He was already dead.
Yeah. That was an incredible shot, because we were, I think, very comfortably trading and
that was a headshot.
Yeah, that was a headshot. Yeah. Wasn't he pretty
he was
wholesomely fresh? Yeah. All of a sudden, I see such and such has killed Paulie, and we're like, what? It was shortly after that I decided to make the move to Theta, because I felt like if I didn't draw you guys out front in the open, then you could just push Theta with your weight at the end, and that wouldn't have gone well for us. So it was a calculated move after losing Paulie. That rifleman was frustrating me to no end over at Delta 4. I was very, very not happy at the rifleman.
Should have got the Virago down. The Virago.
Oh yeah.
That was me, the rifleman.
What? Oh, it was. Yeah, you were. It was like a little You know, it was like a 1v1 in the midst of a 5v5.
Yeah. I kept calling for backup. not
Oh
getting it.
man, I was yelling at my team to rotate down to that low ground and push you out of that spot. And when they finally did, that's when the game swung our way. If we would have allowed you to stay up there, we would have lost. So it was a really good position.
Very well played.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. Like I said, good job on the matches. They were actually pretty close from the looks of it, you know. So I'm glad we got to cast
Yeah,
it.
good. Thanks,
Thanks
guys.
for casting.
Thanks for casting.
It's no problem. I look forward to watching both your guys' next matches next week or the week because next week I think is like a bye week for every team.
Yeah, we have 2 weeks till our next, but our other CSPS team is playing next weekend, I believe. So,
Best of luck for the rest of the tournament.
thanks to you guys too. Bye.
Bye bye.
All right, guys. Just to let you know that thanks for coming to watch. Thanks for the teams for letting us do it, and thanks Level for joining me today. All 3 drops.
Oh, absolutely my pleasure. This was a good time. I watched some highly skilled mech warrior from teams from all 3 divisions. So I'm absolutely happy. I could die tomorrow and I'll die happy.
Oh, not that happy, Jesus, man.
They were great matches. Like
They were great matches.
I can't wait till the next for drop week 3.
All right, but that'll be it for us. I don't think there's anything tomorrow, and unless Crass, I don't know. He never said when the next match is, so see you
I think we
guys
got
when the
4
next
next
match is.
week. See you, everybody.
Have a good one.